What's your favorite mythical animal?
Ooh. I'm going to go with Danny DeVito in Hercules.
That was genuine.
I was going to ask if movies count.
For sure. That.
Yeah, just
Or Buckbeak.
But they
Uh,
fucking hair on here.
That's a really good question.
I like Sasquatch the best.
No, you said mythical.
He's a
Not,
mythical
no,
animal.
he's a real life dude.
You forget.
That's so good. Centaurs or Danny DeVito. What are those called? Those aren't centaurs. It's
there,
like a-
starts with an H.
He's a fawn.
yeah, but there's another
Bambi.
Name. There's another name for it.
You're thinking of the movie Hercules.
Oh, God. That's my favorite mythical animal.
Hercules. Oh, that was dark. Nothing? You don't got anything, Ben?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
You don't have any favorite mythical?
Well, I can't think of one, so clearly I don't have a favorite.
Also Pegasus. Just anything Hercules related. I'm super into it. I really want to watch that movie. I've been trying to get you guys to watch that movie for like 2 years. Nobody will watch
Hercules?
it. Hercules with me.
We've talked. That's like my maybe third favorite
I
Disney
know,
movie.
but remember we watched Tarzan instead.
When was
this
that?
is great.
When-
This is a terrible cold open. Let's move on.
No, it's
No,
great
it's,
open.
it's not your. It's not your fault. We're just not doing anything with it.
Yeah.
So let's.
Well, thanks for tuning in to another riveting and hilarious episode of Fortuitous Time with the Modern Wild, the knowledge and benefit podcast recorded for your benefit. My name is Garrett.
I'm Mike.
I am Ben.
I'm Dan.
And he's Dan. And we're off to the goddamn races here today. We're in rare form. I think we've perfected it by episode 2, gentlemen. I think that's a new land speed
You
record.
definitely need to, every time we go around, when he says, and I'm Dan, you need to say, and he's Dan. That's got to be a tradition.
It is. I did it, and he's been on the last one, so yeah, that's a little nugget.
Fun fact.
Little Easter egg, a little 2 days late for Easter egg nugget.
We have fun here.
We do. We're having a great time. All right, let's get right into it, guys. Segment Gripe or Grope. Who's got a gripe or a grope? Anybody got one? I'll go first. I'm glad that we're also prepared for this. All right, this is a big one for me. It may seem inconsequential, but it's something that I really struggle with. I have a really hard time with, and you guys know this about me. I got a major gripe with sporks.
Sporks.
I hate the
As
spork.
much as we've talked about it, I've never understood why.
You're about to.
I understand why. I think it's a little, what would I say?
Inflated?
Melodramatic.
No, it's the worst thing on earth. It's not melodramatic at all. Here's the deal. It's designed to do 2 jobs. It does a half a job of each of those. Have you ever tried to eat soup with a spork? There's literally slits cut in the spoon.
Yeah, but they're like this big. They're so tiny. They don't really have that much of effect
It's
on the
still
spoon.
a pretty effective spoon.
If you want, like 0.02 milliliters of liquid entering your gullet, like how much? Give me a big old daddy spoon. You know, like
I don't like a
What
big
about
old daddy spoon.
daddy spork?
I like
If size is
small
the issue.
maybe it's just the quality of sporks that I've encountered, but also as a fork, like each prong, thong,
Stong.
each ong
Gong.
is only like 1 centimeter long. Like, can I eat steak with that? No, the only thing you can eat with that are like
Prawns.
the only thing that I think sporks are really good for are foods that you're not sure whether to eat with a spoon or a fork, like mashed potatoes, spoon or fork. You eat it with a fork
Chili?
because you're eating other stuff, but
Chili.
should be a spoon.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese, chili, stuff that's in between. Sure, maybe sporks are good, but
that's-
also then you put it in your mouth and you bite it, and it's like the flimsiest, shittiest plastic.
But
on
those are the
earth.
only times you do use a spork. You don't just use a spork for everything.
Whenever a restaurant is like, you know what, I'm going to be too fucking lazy to give you the required eating utensil.
They usually
so
only
I'm
give
just
it to you in those situations.
So I'm just going to give you whatever's in between. I'm going to give you a spork and a knife. Also, the name of the utensil sucks. So let me hear.
It's
how
just
you guys,
strictly utilitarian.
I'm going to get you a metal spork for Christmas.
that maybe, but it better be of the highest build.
I don't want to weigh in with an opinion yet, but I want to weigh in with an idea that we start a line of designer sporks, and we call it Bespork.
Like bespoke.
Bespork Porst.
That's good.
Bespork Porst.
Put
Like-
that on Pinterest.
Different patterns, like they're all the same spork, but just like this
Oh,
one's
yeah, just
leopard.
like-
It's sporks for men.
Yeah, carved out
Yes.
of bamboo wood, and
Sport club for men.
it's got a mustache on it.
Bespork for men. I'm gonna. I don't know how long I'm willing to debate on sporks, but I think I'm gonna go with a grope. Because like I said, you only get them when you need them. In my
The spork of requirement.
yeah. In my situation, I've only gotten a spork when I need it. So a grope from me.
Yeah, that's the best way to eat lunchroom tater tots.
I was gonna say,
No,
I
you
don't.
eat them with your fingies. You who
No,
put-
dude, you
who
didn't-
forks
This
a
is hella
tot?
gross.
Who forks a tot?
I fork a tot.
It's a grope.
I grow up a fork.
I'll grow up only because I don't have a grape.
Oh.
I don't think I've used one since the cafeteria in elementary school.
No, that's true. Why have you recently encountered a spork?
Because establishments can't decide whether to give me a fork or a spoon.
Have not.
There's an illustrious hot dog place that Ben and I frequent, Casper's.
Don't say the brand.
I'm going to say the name because I endorse,
No, I'm playing.
because this episode is brought to you by Casper's Hot Dogs.
Go to Caspers.com. I don't think they have a website.
I think that might take you to the mattress place.
Yeah, that's the mattress
The mattresses are good too.
Oh, yeah,
Anything,
yeah, yeah.
and the Friendly Ghost. They're all pretty good. Casper's
And
just
the skateboard trick.
quality. Yeah, that's a good skateboard trick too. Yeah, Casper's Hot Dogs gives you sporks. They have good chili, but
Let us know
I'm
in the
forced
comments.
to
Like,
eat it with my hands
in the pack
because I
with the
refuse to
napkin
use-
like that.
Yes.
From elementary
Yes.
school.
And also the thinnest napkin.
Email us at themodernwildmusic@gmail.com.
With your thoughts on sporks.
Tell us what you think. Sporks or no sporks?
All right.
Thank you.
Let's stop talking about sporks. I'm getting really upset.
I got one, and I know I'm going to get flamed for it.
Oh, get flamed, bro.
Mayonnaise. Gripe you all the way. Gripe you all the way to Sunday.
God, I grew up mayonnaise.
I grew up the shit out of mayonnaise.
I used to agree with you, Ben, until 8 months ago.
What changed?
He ate a bucket of
I
mayonnaise.
I had a sandwich with just a little bit of mayonnaise on it.
Not too much?
That's all it took?
Just a thin layer.
was doing what you're supposed to do with
I've
mayonnaise.
Hold on. People always put way too much
Yeah,
mayonnaise
I've always
on
had
things.
way
Oh
too
my
much
God.
mayonnaise.
Danielle put so much mayonnaise on stuff. She
That's
Looks
gross.
like
Too
when
much mayonnaise is very gross.
when she made the we had a barbecue the other day and she made a burger and just like it was like a tablespoon on each
Just
bun.
slap.
And I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "It's gonna mix with the ketchup and mustard." No, it's not. It's gonna envelop your gullet, and it's just gonna coat your glottis
Just
in eggs.
gross, and it's like buttery, but it's not. There's no butter in it, so that's not supposed to be there.
Why is it buttery? Why don't you like mayonnaise, Ben?
Because it's gross. It's simple and plain. It tastes. Okay, it's got this like almost like soury, buttery taste to it.
It is sour.
And
You like ranch though, don't you?
Not really.
No. It's
Oh.
too much mayonnaise in it.
It's just
I'll
spicy
eat ranch
Pretty
if
sure ranch is made of sour cream and mayonnaise.
Yeah, well,
Ranch is like mostly mayonnaise.
It depends on the ranch. Agree to disagree.
blue cheese is like the dressing I dig, but mayonnaise,
Ugh.
gripe.
Great.
Thank you.
So 3 gropes and a gripe on that one as well.
I will piggyback.
I knew that was
Yes.
gonna happen. I knew that was.
That's
stance,
fine.
But
Speak your truth.
Can
it's
I
really
I had to get it out in the world.
no, Ben. It's really important that you speak your truth. And moving on. Mike or Danny, I gotta hear a gripe or grope from you. Mike looks like he's about to fart.
No, I'm trying to. I think I hear Rufus.
No, he's laying there.
We discuss this
Sorry.
fairly often, and I already know the outcome. But camping.
Uh-oh. Hot topic. Hit the hot topic button.
No, we have to cut this out. Angry.
You're gonna leave early again.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose our sponsorship with Bespoke Post because of you.
Bespoke post.
Bespoke Post.
Huge grope from me.
Oh yeah.
Camping is the best thing a human being can do.
I'm gonna sit on the fence because there's a lot of cool situations that can accommodate a good camping experience. For me, it's not so much. I like cabin camping kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like it when there's some sort of amenity, like a good bed, instead of sleeping on hard ground because I'm no longer a child and
Give me
I
the
can't,
rocks.
and my back
Yep.
can't handle that.
I would argue that not that I do love that type of vacationing.
I'm not finished.
Okay.
No,
I love that type of vacationing, but I wouldn't really call that camping. You know what I mean? Camping is you pitch in a tent, or at best you have a
Tent, campfire.
well, then no one fucking camps anymore.
I wouldn't.
camper trailer. Even is still camping. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the pop up thing. And even that's borderline. But no, I love the camping. I love the waking up because your tent is 180 degrees at 8 a.m.
Yep, no.
And I love when I go camping, I like to go places with a shower and a restroom.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want just like dookie
Okay, well,
in the woods. and-
some might say that's not camping.
that's not like survivalist camping, but it's
No,
still
but-
camping.
Yeah, when you camp, you shit in the woods, dude. You shower in a fucking river.
That does sound actually kind of appealing to me if I brought TP or my squatty potty.
I just like having a little bit of comfort within my life, regardless of where I am.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna sit on the fence because I think there's some situations that camping's fun, but I'm gonna let this guy speak because I know we got something good.
Oh yeah,
here.
Michael's he's got a dissertation prepared.
We
was
have
1794.
evolved as creatures to not live in absolute squalor.
This is gonna be good.
So why would we go back to that?
Because we're soft now. You gotta harden up. Take a vacation that's gonna make you
Yeah.
a better person.
No, thank you. I
And
don't know.
start
I
your
just-
own fire.
I
Well, thank
pay.
you. He doesn't want to be a better person.
I pay an exorbitant amount of money to have my own roof over my own head, and why would I want to?
Hey, we're gonna go camping for a year. You go for like a night or two.
Yeah, that's like
A year, dude.
$80 that I'm wasting in rent when I'm not at home.
Well, hold on. Well, you go on vacation.
About when you're wasting money right now.
I know.
I need to get home.
Yeah,
That's why he left early last time.
Yeah.
So he didn't waste his rent money.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's gross. It's outside, which is gross. It's what do? You just sit there and it's hot and there's bugs and dirt and
That's true. There's also a limited amount of activities. Yeah, you can hike. Okay, well, you're not gonna hike for 12 hours.
You might.
If
You're in Yosemite, you will.
But
No,
the
'cause
whole
you're gonna
point
get
is to not
tired
even-
after, like, 3. I know it's the experience, but I want some. I don't like
Some
being
activities.
bored. Yeah.
why would I want to walk?
I like to have no activity.
Well, I don't have a
That's what I'm
problem
saying.
with
Just being out there
hiking.
and literally having nothing to do.
taking in all of God's great glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that from like a car drive.
There's
I-
pictures.
Well, I would actually go experience
Fishing,
it.
swimming,
But you can do all that without camping.
making friends with a bear. That's what it's all about.
In the comments, let us know. Let's just say that for everything.
I,
Send us an email at daughter and Kyle at gmail.com.
Yeah. I love to camp. I love the fresh air and like unplugging for a while. Like, is my boss texted? I don't care. I'm unplugged, baby. I'm off the grid.
Top of a mountain.
But you're not. 'cause
I
you don't have
shredded
your
my
phone.
credit cards. I'm gone for the year.
yeah, you're talking about something completely different at this
Yeah, no, I just the debt collectors are catching up to me, so I'm gonna go camping for a little while.
point. Camping.
Were you camping? Yeah, your grape?
Yeah,
Grape?
no, it's grope. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You
Yeah,
got something
was
over
I
there?
can't like when?
Yeah, fucking
His napkins in his pocket.
yeah, dude. I grape the shit out of spring as a season. It's just allergies and it's hot and it's bright.
It's usually not this hot.
That's why I want to go to Seattle.
Yeah,
That way
it's-
there was no sun for
There's
only
no
like
spring in Seattle.
No, I just want it to be winter all the time. I'm gonna go move to Alaska where it's always winter.
That's not true at all. Have you seen Alaska in the summer? It's beautiful and there's no snow.
That depends on where you are, I guess.
Yeah, I guess North Alaska. But my grandma and grandpa used to take a cruise to Alaska, like every couple of summers. And like I've seen pictures and it's like Yosemite on the coast.
Also, they do have that whole like a couple months out the year the sun doesn't set. I don't think I could do that.
I'm gonna sit on the fence for spring, okay? Because spring. Well,
Okay,
spring right
Garrett.
now. It's not even spring. We live in California, and that apparently doesn't happen anymore.
It went straight from winter to summer. It pedaled down. We blew right
But
past spring. exit.
has the best weather. Debatably, everything is blooming, so it's beautiful. But allergies,
Goddamn
and they
allergies.
fucking suck. And
They're the
I've just learned that I'm allergic to fucking everything. So that's why the spring sucks. So
I'm gonna go out on a limb and grope allergies in general. I mean, gripe. Don't grope them. Gripe.
I
Take
love
it back.
having them.
It's
Just
the name of the
shit.
game.
I love allergies. I love that
swollen eyes and sleeping all day because my body's immune system is failing.
Yeah, I love that I'm not able to eat candy like a normal human because of my walnut allergy. I love that.
You know what the worst part about spring is? Is my birthday is smack dab in the middle of spring. And I can never fully enjoy my birthday.
I don't
because I
understand.
just always feel like garbage.
Okay, I can see that.
Would that change in a different season? Would you feel like less of garbage some other time of year?
Yeah, if it was cooler and it
was cooler.
was less hot and there was less sun and there was less pollen in the air.
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle.
Seattle, visit today.
This episode is brought to you by the
Seattle.com.
Seattle Tourism Commission.
Okay.
Anybody else got a major gripe or a major grope? I don't think so.
Grip.
Then we're moving on. What's next? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Is it time for this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about
Let
this?
us know in the comments. Is it time?
Yeah. Let us know how to do this in the comments. Okay. Whew, I don't know if I'm fully ready for this, guys. There's a real doozy of a newsie that we got going on here today.
Can we warm up to that one?
A newsy doozy.
A newsy doozy. Yeah, okay, so y'all start with this one. This one's pretty cool too. So we're gonna do a Mad Lib style on this one where I'm gonna leave out some.
Major deeds.
So it's one word, but the same word repeated twice. So I'm gonna say blank twice in two separate spots, but it's the same word.
For all these?
Okay.
Just this one.
Okay.
Japan blank cook enemy in hot defensive blank ball.
Cook enemy?
Yeah,
Is that
it's
a typo?
It's a plural.
Say it one more time.
Japan blank, or blanks, it's plural. Japan blanks cook enemy in hot defensive blank ball.
Japan children.
I was going to say children too.
Japan children cooks enemy and
Hot defensive children ball?
Yeah, it's the same word.
It's the same word twice.
So it would have to be.
So that's your answer.
well, hold on. I read it to me again.
Japan blanks cook enemy in hot defensive blank ball. Same.
It has to be the same.
It's the same word, yeah.
Defense.
Foots.
Or feet?
No. That's the name of the team. It's the Foots, and they're playing football.
Okay, yeah. Japan foots cook enemy in hot defensive football. You
Yeah.
said footsball.
Yeah.
That's really close.
Yeah.
Actually.
No, not at all. What kind of dog and pony show you think we're running here? No such thing as football.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with children.
Japan children cook enemy in hot defensive children ball. Sweet.
Don't doubt it.
This is a tough one. Grammatically, it doesn't make a lot of
The
sense.
defensive
No,
is
that's
throwing me
the
off. I don't know what that means.
Well, and blanks, or just blank enemy. Like the way it's worded is just kind of weird.
Japan blanks cook enemy in hot defensive blank ball.
Who's a classic enemy of Japan?
China.
You're looking at too much of a macro level here.
Australia?
No, China. They had a war for like a
Poland?
very long time.
No.
Poland and Japan.
Poland and Japan. Always.
No, I think like this is taking place in Japan, but it has nothing to do with like any kind of political anything. It's just this happens in Japan.
Wasabi. I'm switching my thing from child.
Wasabi ball?
Cheese.
The
Cheese.
Japan cheeses cook enemy in hot defensive cheese ball.
Oh God, I hate the wording. Just tell us.
Japan bees cook enemy in hot defensive bee ball.
Ooh.
Well, no. So
Okay.
well, it's not bees.
It's bees.
Bees. Bee ball. You
Yeah, I said one's plural, but it's the same word.
Okay. I was close.
The way you say that makes it sound like this group of insects are just playing some wicked hot defense on basketball.
Yeah. B-ball.
They're playing some hot defensive b-ball. No, so basically, the natural enemy says here. This comes from Reuters.com. Reuters. Is that how? Okay. Is that a reputable news source? I know nothing. Okay.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Their arch enemy is the aggressive giant Asian hornet.
It's my enemy too now.
It's really all of our enemies. When one enters the honeybee, the Japanese honeybee hive, up to 500 bees will converge on it, encapsulating it. They activate their flight muscles, which is a thing,
Okay.
and their collective temperature heats the hornet up to 115 degrees Fahrenheit and cooks it to death. And that's how they defend their home.
That's how they defend their b-ball.
Yeah, that's how they play mad hot defense. That's how they win DPOY. DBOY.
They won state.
Defensive bees of
Good
the year.
lord.
Yeah,
That's terrifying.
how metal is that? Because I guess
That's
they're
metal as fuck.
the hornet has a really hard exoskeleton, and their stingers can't pierce it, so they had to. They had a bee meeting, and they were like, in the bee war room, they were like, bzz, 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 bzz,
You sure they talk like that?
bzz, and everybody voted, and bzz.
It was unanimous.
It was unanimous. And they cook them to 115 goddamn degrees. Doesn't water boil at 112? Like they're boiling the
212.
insides.
115
212.
degrees
Yeah,
Fahrenheit.
You're right.
That's a hot ass shower though.
Yeah, that's a real hot
That's a
shower.
hot tub.
It's a deadly fever.
Yeah, how metal is that? That's like so cool and also terrifying. Imagine if that many bees, like you saw a big old swarm of bees coming at you, and you're like, oh, they're gonna sting me to death. Psych, they're gonna cook you to death.
Except
If
it
you just
wouldn't really
saw that
work
happen
on
to a
us.
human being.
Yeah.
No, don't go in there, and then they come out just like a suit
even-
of bees, and then they. Would you just like crumble, or how would if you get
You'd
melted
come
by
out-
bees?
You'd
What
come
happens?
out
It
a
wouldn't,
nice medium.
Covered in bees.
It's only 115. It wouldn't cook you. but-
Not the bees, not the bees.
How did it get burned? How did I get burned?
How'd I get burned? How'd I get burned? It was the bees, not the bees. This episode's brought to you by Wicker Man.
See it.
Okay, I got another.
Tell us what you
I got
think.
another news story for you, but I must find it. Oh, here it is. Found it.
Thank God. Noises.
It's totally loading right now. Thanks, computer. Little hand computer that I'm using.
So you guys hear about this?
They call them phones.
You guys heard this? You guys seen this?
I got a gripe with hand computers.
Little fucking hand computer.
Do you guys appreciate the fact that we are living in the future?
We're not though.
2 blanks. 2 blanks in this one. 2 words per blank.
No.
Not all these articles are set up for this. It's like they didn't know that people were going to play Mad Libs with their news headlines.
Fucking journalists.
What the hell?
All right.
Fucking liberal media.
Yeah, right.
Hot topic. Hit the hot topic button.
I'm staying on theme here. So 2 blanks, 2 words per blank.
Got it.
Oh God.
Doctors find 4 bees in blank feeding on blank.
Oh.
2 words per blank. Doctors find 4 bees in blank feeding on blank.
Not the same 2 words though, right?
No, 4.
What's with all this
4
bee
separate
stuff?
words.
Yeah, I'm keeping it themed up.
Springtime,
here.
baby.
It's springtime.
Oh my god.
The bees are dying. I'm gonna go. Doctors find bees in flesh.
2 words.
Each blank's 2 words.
Each blank is 2 words. 4 words total. So
Human body.
in human body, feeding on.
Stomach lining.
Very nice. Very nice. That's a great picture you just
That is
painted.
horrifying.
Very cool.
Um,
Doctors find.
You're giving us really hard ones.
I know.
doctors find
How are we supposed to be funny?
doctors find bees in stomach cavity
Ripping my shit off.
feeding on
Human body.
old honey.
All right. All right.
Do bees eat honey?
No.
They just make
Yeah,
it.
no,
The-
they eat honey.
Is that?
You sure?
I thought they poop honey.
No,
No,
they don't.
that's-
They definitely don't poop it.
They regurgit it, don't they? Isn't that how it?
Yeah, they vomit.
Isn't that what
honey.
honeycombs are? Is like
Yeah, they make it for baby bees
For
to feed
people.
on.
Really? I'm gonna just
How come
accept
they make
that.
way too
Bees?
much? They just don't. They,
Because
eyes are
they're
bigger than
our
their bee
friendly-
stomachs.
Why do we make so much food?
That's true.
Because we eat it. That's
No,
why.
we
That's why
don't.
America's fat. What are you fucking talking about?
Anyway,
how did it start?
Doctors find 4 bees in blank.
In
You got this.
ooh,
Beyonce's ear.
Good.
okay.
That's it.
Beyonce's beer.
Feeding on Grammy nominations.
Beyonce's brain. Grammy nomination.
Well, 2 of you were close, and those 2 were Danny and also Danny.
What?
No, both of you guys were fairly close. It is
Who? It's both of us.
you and Ben and Mike were pretty close.
I thought you nailed it, but
Doctors, doctors find 4 bees. 4 bees
Oh, God.
in woman's eye.
4 whole bees.
Oh!
4 bees.
4 bees.
Now let me get this straight. You're telling me there's 4 bees?
Now hold on here because there's 4
feeding
bees.
on her tears. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No woman, no cry.
That's a metaphor if I've ever heard one.
Yeah. This one happened in Taiwan. I don't know what's happening with these Asian bees.
Yeah.
These Asian bees
What
are
did she
crazy.
just let him in? Like, come right in.
Come in, bees.
Oh, how did she not know? She said
so
there was
she did.
one bee in her eye. Let alone 3 more.
So
I got this pain behind my eye. It feels like I'm getting
And it's
stung.
buzzing and crying honey.
so I guess
Bee poop.
I guess this is it's like smaller than a bee that we are used to seeing.
Is that those
our
like
little
little tiny
zebra
ones?
stripe. They're they said they're like kind of a shiny blue, green, black color, but they're small.
Oh, horrifying. Thank you.
Yes.
You can't see them,
and
they strike at any moment
Get this, they live near graveyards
Okay.
typically for whatever fucking
because they
reason.
feast on rotting pieces.
So this woman was like planting flowers next to somebody's grave that she knew.
As you do.
And reading this article is really tough because her name was He. So it was like he did this, and I'm like, who did this? he had come to the hospital after experiencing severe pain in her eye. Who? How does one person experience pain in someone else's eye?
It's
This
spelled
is-
He, like
Yeah, it's just a
reading it is.
he. Yeah. So
He may.
star of the upcoming B thriller, A Girl Named He.
Directed by John Woo.
Yeah.
I know what he did last summer.
Yeah.
The theme song would be A Boy Named Sue.
That's what I was going for. A girl named He, a boy named. Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Perfect.
That's what worked.
It was a layup.
So
and-
she was digging, and she
Agreed.
thought she got dirt in her eye. Turns out it wasn't dirt; it was 4 bees. And
Classic mix-up.
So
she,
I was walking and I thought I got dirt in my eye.
yeah, but she's like digging in the dirt, and I guess there was a big dust cloud.
What was she digging like a dog?
I don't know.
Just
Taiwan Out Loud shovels.
So she
they don't know how to make them.
she was experiencing some pain in her
got
eye
the itis.
and EYE-itis. And she went to the doctor like, "Hey doc, what's going on with me? You got some eye drops for this?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't have any eye drops for 4 bees." He got like a whatever scope would look inside the eye, you know,
An
those
ioscope.
things. Yeah, ioscope. And he saw like what looked like a little insect leg.
Oh, fuck.
So he just began with tweezers
Humbling her.
Oh,
to pull all 4 bees out of her eye. And she,
Were they live?
yeah. And they, her vision was fine. If she didn't like scratch it or press on it too much, if she had, she'd probably be blind in that eye.
Yeah.
But she was fine. And now she has 4 pet bees.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, I made that part up. Yeah. So that was,
I'd probably kill myself.
That's it.
that is a fate worse than death.
Yeah.
Well, because she turned out totally fine.
But you leave the eye doctor and then you go grocery shopping?
what kind of dreams does she have now?
Yeah.
No mortal man can handle that
I think
kind
she's
of
probably
burden.
just a little bit
No.
more careful now, more than anything.
Oh, God.
Okay, so I have a real good one. I'm going to jump in. That's the last bee-related one, I promise.
Thank God. Because it's getting a little.
Because this is... Oh, man, guys. Okay, here we go. There's
warm in here.
There's a lot to unpack. Yeah, I'm sweating, and mostly it's because of the bees. So this is going to be 3 words in this blank. Ready? Arizona woman accused of sending blank after first date with man she met online. 3 words. Arizona woman accused of sending blank after first date with man she met online.
Severed rat penis. Severed rat penis.
That's a good one.
It's a natural aphrodisiac.
It is. You burn it.
Like insects.
Like incense. Yeah.
You said it.
Stick it on a spike.
It wicks pretty slow.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go optimistic on this one. I'm gonna go. Thank you note.
Yes.
That is newsworthy.
We just thought it was
great.
really nice.
After a first date, be polite.
Thank you for the
Sends
date.
huge dinner bill.
Oh,
Oh.
like
Nay,
the-
massive dinner bill.
Nay.
That's bad writing. You never say huge.
That's how you know it's fake.
I think technically Ben was the closest, although none of you were very close. But point to Ben, just because I like severed rat penis a lot. Oh, guys. Arizona woman accused of sending 65,000 text messages after first date with man she met online.
Wow.
What do you mean accused? She either did or
Allegedly.
Hang
Allegedly.
on. I've heard this one before.
This is bananas.
Okay. How the fuck do you send it? It must have all just been like H-G, like, you know,
There-
like you just type them in.
I don't think I've sent that many in my life.
Obviously,
Total.
we're going to sit here and read them all.
Here we
Yes.
No, I only have a few at my disposal, but they're very nice. And by nice, I mean horrifying.
go. Let's go.
So basically, they met on it's called like Luxy or something like that, and it's a it's an online dating service that matches millionaires with young pretty women.
Hell yeah.
I'm not sure.
About young pretty men.
No, it only goes one way.
Hey,
there's-
this is how the world works.
There's a different app for that.
There's not
I'm
a
sure.
spectrum, Danny. God.
So this woman met the dude, went on a date. And see, here's the thing. I found another news article. It's the same story, but like I think it was released later. But this one says woman accused of stalking man with 159,000 texts. So
Wow.
I guess she didn't stop at 65K. She just kept going.
That's just when the news article
Well,
came out.
that was the next day.
Yeah.
She did the 65,000 one day. Kept going. the next
So she was
He's probably asleep.
you up?
So this woman, like, she went on, I think, a total of 3 dates, which, like, if she sent 65,000 and then the guy went on 2 more dates, that's kind of his fault, right? Like, you
He's
don't
asking for it.
Wait, they continued to date?
It's well, in one of the articles it said they went on 3 dates, but the headline said 65 after first date.
That's probably how she got up to the 150.
Technically, all the dates are after the first date.
That is true. So the timeline's murky.
But we're gonna dive in. We'll get to the bottom of it for you.
Is this Reuters?
Get her on the phone.
I don't trust it.
So this one comes from
Brian.
Oxygen.com, which I don't know if that's linked to the
The serial killer network?
the
Serial killer network.
Oxygen that play all the life. That's like Lifetime sort of.
It's like Lifetime. But
Yeah,
It's like Scientology Network.
yeah. And the other one's on USA Today. So between them, I'm sure that's one reputable source.
Okay.
I do like Psych.
Psych is great.
So one quote. So she was talking to the journalist, and she said, she was talking about like the jury. They're going to say you're not guilty, and on top of that, we like demand you to get married. She thinks the jury is going to rule in favor of like not only are you not going to jail, you also have to marry this
Sentenced
person.
to 10 years in marriage.
Can I see what she looks like? Is there a picture?
Yeah, it's here. Which I don't know really.
There's something cute about her, but now that I know that,
No,
I think
she looks like
looks
now that I know
psychotic.
that she's insane. She looks like she's insane.
She looks youngish and pretty-ish, but like
Where did this take place?
Florida.
no, this took place in Florida of the West, Arizona. But no, actually, she's from Arizona, but it was somewhere in California, I think, is where it actually happened.
If lizard people are real, that is what they would look like and exactly how they would act.
Yeah. So so basically, she got the cops called on her twice for breaking into his home.
Like during this text spree?
Somewhere in this timeline.
great blueprint
Before she was arrested. The first time, I think she didn't really make it in. The second time, officers found her taking a bath in his house. She brought a bottle of wine.
Hang on. I think that's pretty cool.
Damn.
She broke into his house.
No, but she's ready.
She brought her 2 dogs.
For what?
You know.
she for murder.
No, to move in.
I brought my dresser. She brought her 2 small dogs, and also the cops found a like 8-inch butcher knife in her car.
So she was going to murder this man.
Or something.
No,
Or
they
cook
were
him
going to
dinner.
marry.
They were just going to make dinner.
I'll bring the knife. Don't like what?
And the wine and,
Yeah.
and the dogs are the
What
main
if she
course.
was just keeping it for when she goes to work because she works
She's a
as
ham cutter?
Taking the train to the ham.
Oh! I hope you listen to both episodes.
Probably.
Yeah, 159,000 text messages. She also showed up at his work saying that she was his wife and that she needed to see him urgently.
Okay.
Which
To backtrack, I think Mike was absolutely the closest. I don't know why severed rat penis was closer than thank you note.
Thank you.
this is nothing like a thank you note. This is the
it's
opposite.
65,000 thank you notes.
But it's like a written. Like,
No, but a
But this is like
severed
the-
rat penis is like the same.
Intent, sort of.
Like it wouldn't have been surprising if she had done that.
I give the point to Mike.
Well, you don't get to.
She said, I can't believe that it turned into this. I can't believe that I'm actually in jail over some text messages.
Some,
Let me out.
some text messages.
Well, yeah. If she believed it, that'd be even weirder. Like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm fucking crazy. I don't know why I did
Would
that.
it be? Maybe she just needs help, Danny.
She probably definitely
Yeah,
needs
she
help.
definitely needs help.
She,
Why don't you help this person?
they found her, they had to like post-
Sitting there on your wooden chair.
they had to postpone the trial because the like a psychiatrist or whatever found her mentally incompetent. So
oh wow,
she's,
surprise.
so she's just she's loony clearly. But some of these text messages are just from
Yeah, let's get to this
Charles,
text.
dude. So not only did she say she was going to make them marry her,
Cool.
You will marry me.
Cool.
she said,
What a fun jury to be on.
"Oh God,
Oh, we were talking about. Sorry, just a quick little sidetrack. Not wanting to be on a jury. I think we were talking about with Spencer. Mm-hmm. This might be one I would want to be on.
Yeah, I would totally.
it's
want to be on
juicy. There's so many juicy deeds."
Yeah, they got to read probably all 159,000.
Oh God, I would
yeah.
love
Just like movie
to do
credits,
that.
they just on a big screen. They're just scrolling.
One of the text messages she sent him was she told the victim she would make sushi out of your kidneys and chopsticks out of your hand bones.
Is it because you love me?
Is it sexual?
I don't.
What if he's like talk dirty to me like you want to kill me? And
Do
like,
you make
"Okay."
sushi with white meat?
Is kidney white meat?
Well, human.
It's
is.
closer to like foie gras.
I don't know
But
if
kidneys
no,
isn't meat.
No, human
Kidney
is not
yeah,
white
human's
meat.
not white meat.
What the fuck are you talking
Human's closer to beef. It's red
about?
muscle.
No, it's red meat. We're not poultry.
That's why they call it human, the other white meat.
No, that's pork
that's
is
a-
the other white meat, and that's because it's just white. It's not even poultry.
It's not even white. It's pink.
Yeah. No, human's closer to red meat, or so I hear.
Okay. Well, question still stands. Do you make sushi out
my
of red
mouth
meat?
is watering.
No, no.
Because that's my biggest gripe with
And
this.
out of kidney, I don't even think kidney is red because it's not a muscle, so that's closer to like foie gras or pate.
or like goat intestine.
But she's gonna use his. You could use fingers as chopsticks, I would argue.
that you
I
know
would
what?
argue.
Out of everything,
Darn dude.
out of everything, you know what? That's a good idea.
That's just
That's just using your
practice.
that's just
hands.
using your noggin.
Oh, why would I let it go to waste?
She also said, "I'd wear your fascia, FASCIA." Maybe she meant face, or maybe that's a body part.
Fascia?
Could we get a quick Google search from one of you guys?
That's
See
a foot. Like
Is-
fascial plantitis is like a foot. ailment.
FASCIA.
Yeah.
So it's like a muscle or something in the foot.
I'm pretty
I'd-
sure it's the arch of your foot.
I'd wear your fascia in the top of your skull, in your hands and feet.
Oh, are there M's in there?
In
your
but like as an and, but
Oh,
she
and-
also spells your as you are every time.
Okay,
just so
well
you-
that's
hot.
gonna
That's
drive me
super
so
hot.
yeah,
fucking
dude,
insane.
I love it when
Tell me so much more.
when
Like,
people can't speak. Is that a real body part, or maybe she meant
Well,
face?
It is. It is.
Well,
That's it.
it's a band or sheet of connective tissue, primarily collagen, beneath the skin that attaches, stabilizes, encloses, and separates muscles and other internal
So
organs.
it's just it could
So
be.
she's
anywhere.
gonna wear the subdermis
Yeah.
layer.
Wow,
Very
she's
nice.
smart.
Is she?
Round of
She,
applause.
yeah, she knew
Round of
fascia.
applause.
It's more than I know.
Yeah. So she's.
but she's clearly on her phone, so she looked up
Oh,
quicker than you probably did.
She's also resourceful because she's going to make the finger bones into chopsticks.
She's just a smart gal.
Yeah, shit. Why is she in jail?
Set her free.
I picture that like she just has a skeleton hand and it just grabs the sushi for her.
Yeah. Who says chopsticks has to be just two?
No.
You could have
Like
She's
one
ahead of the
those-
curve.
one of
five.
those
Yeah.
with the long thing, and you go. Boop, 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 boop.
Like the T-Rex mouth.
Yeah. So basically, she just said that love's not perfect, and I love him.
I just
And
want to
she
kill
would.
him.
She wanted to do what everybody else did, and that's just get married and settle down.
That's
so.
beautiful.
She's casting a very wide umbrella over her actions.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
You know what?
I
Love
should
ain't
say
perfect.
so.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just want to murder the things you love
Yeah.
and eat them.
She also said one of her texts. Oh, what I would do with your blood, ... I'd want to bathe in it.
Elizabeth Bathory.
What's that?
Glenn
She
Close.
was a. She was
Helen Mirren, are we doing this?
Lorena Bobbitt.
She was a.
Jodie Foster.
What did she do?
She was in Hannibal. Or Silence of the Lambs.
A queen in a Slavic region who would slaughter young women and bathe in their blood because she believed that it kept her young.
That's a thing.
She's still
throughout
alive to this day.
Mm-hmm.
She's
She
still
is, it
30
worked.
years old.
Yeah, that's probably how she.
Paradise
looks so young.
Valley
She's
is where
still
this,
of age.
that's in California, isn't it?
It's in Paradise.
I don't
history. I
know.
don't know.
Sure.
Paradise isn't Chico. I don't know about Paradise City.
Paradise
Valley.
Valley.
Dude.
Take me down to the
Paradise
Paradise
Valley.
Paradise Dally.
Oh no, that is Arizona because Scottsdale police arrested her. Unless
dude.
she was,
Unless
unless she was just texting across state lines and then like drove across state lines to break into his house, which would just add another not surprising wrinkle to this story.
Yeah.
So she flew out over state lines for a first date, flew back, texted him, then drove back to break into his house. in the
well,
back.
if you're gonna stalk a millionaire, you might as well do it.
You could do it
I wouldn't
right.
have left in the first place.
Court documents say
I would have killed him on the right off the bat.
say the woman told police she did not want to hurt the man and sent threatening texts because she didn't want him to leave.
Well, hold on.
A woman after my own heart.
There's something we're not seeing. It's the other side. What does he send back?
That's true. We are not seeing his side of the story.
Yeah, what if?
Man, a separate article
Man responds 65,000 times
with 200,000.
in new Guinness World Record.
No, but is he
Of
encouraging
attentiveness.
it?
Yeah, what if he's like,
Or is he
what
saying
would you
no?
do with my kidneys and hand bones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he encouraging it?
What bodily fluid would you most want to bathe in of mine?
And she responds that literally.
Yeah.
He asked.
What would you do with my kidneys? I would make sushi out of your kidneys.
If
Oh,
you,
yeah.
if you love somebody,
turns
you're gonna.
me
We're
on.
not
answer
using
honestly.
any articles here. We're keeping it with the nouns, baby. Yeah, you like those nouns? Oh, yeah, I love the nouns, baby.
And one of my nouns is my closest friends. All right. What else we got?
That was bizarre. That was a good one.
That's right. That source goes to my wonderful girlfriend Michelle. She sent me that.
She's
and,
trying to send a message.
and
if you're
told
not aware.
and told me that.
Just send me that 65,000 times.
But yeah, so yeah, credit goes out to her for that. That was it made my day yesterday when she was telling me about that. It was pretty incredible. So we'll the next ones we'll just kind of skim over because that one took a little time. Cadbury, Heinz to team up to create cream egg flavored mayonnaise, like the Cadbury cream eggs. Flavored
mayonnaise.
flavored
That
mayonnaise.
change you from gripe to grope?
Can I go?
Yup.
How far past gripe can I go?
Seriously good mayo.
You get
cream
one
egg.
mega gripe per season.
Savory and sweet.
I'll use it.
Oh God, ew.
Savory and sweet cream
No.
egg flavored mayonnaise.
No.
Great way to add flavor to waffles and cupcakes.
No, it's not.
It is a way. I don't know about great. That's an exaggeration.
Waffles,
Waffles, two things that I would never in a million years, even as a mayonnaise liker, would
Not
put.
a lover, a liker.
Yeah, I wouldn't go a mayonnaise lover, but I would never put mayonnaise ever on waffles or cupcakes. But now that it's Cadbury cream egg flavored,
Who knows?
120%.
Who knows?
Wow.
else?
Wow. Dose of irony. Texas lawmakers consider the death penalty for abortion. Let's just not even talk about it. Just let that sit in the
Hold on,
fucking
everybody be quiet.
irony
Okay.
of that.
That's tasty.
Okay.
Nom, nom, nom,
Yeah, that is
nom,
absurd.
nom, nom,
Let us know in the. No.
nom, 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 nom.
Mississippi community left confused after bowls of mashed potatoes mysteriously keep appearing.
That's great.
Signs too.
Oh my God.
Except
It
the
was
only way
water,
to-
now it's mashed potato.
You gotta hit the baseball bat onto the mashed potato
Yeah,
bowls.
a woman.
Knock it out of the pack.
Like nobody knows who it's doing is Jackson, Mississippi, and nobody knows who's doing it. But like in mailboxes, on the hoods of cars, front porches, somebody, the mashed potato lever. I was gonna call them the mashed potato bandit, but they're not. They're doing the opposite of stealing mashed potatoes.
Hold on. I love that so much.
Isn't that
Yeah.
fantastic?
That's just great.
That's like a little bit of community service. Nobody's eaten them yet, and nobody's called the cops on them yet. It's just like a news story going around.
That's just
It's
hilarious.
just going around.
yeah.
Is that a crime?
I don't. It's not. You're not
It is-
vandalizing.
no,
it's not like you're
it's
dumping
probably a crime of some sort. They'll find a way.
Yeah.
it. You're just
What's that
cooking
get?
taters for your neighbors.
This one's great because it beckons a fantastic joke.
We'll be the judge of that.
What?
trying to read this.
I'm reading.
Aww. This is so profoundly absurd. Oh, husband of the year, Jay Cutler.
Okay, you're already starting off on a bad note.
Hang on.
Who awards that?
Hang on.
Look, he might be a great
Mike
guy.
Ditka?
But,
Just
he might be a great guy in person.
What do we know?
But as a football player, that's hilarious.
Just,
What do we know?
okay.
We're gonna get an angry hate mail from Jay Cutler.
Husband of the year, Jay Cutler unclogged Kristen Cavallari's milk ducts by, quote, sucking harder than he's ever sucked. And I would propose that is not possible. Have you watched a Bears game in the last decade?
I'm sorry. He's just like, let me clean these out.
They were clogged. I guess she had some soreness, and he sucked harder than he's ever sucked, and he got the milk plug out.
I can't tell if a Bears fan or a Packers fan wrote the article because it's like the husband of the year. Boom, Jay Cutler's a god. Sucks.
Is that something that would be objectionable to people?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I don't think anybody's
I don't think
gonna
any
go,
Bears fan
yes,
is going to
that's
defend
great.
Jay Cutler on his football playing ability, saying that he didn't suck.
No, I
Are you
mean,
talking about sucking in the teeth?
yeah.
No, that's I don't. Why is that an
I think
article?
I think
Did he go around
legitimately
telling
he did
people
her a
that?
favor.
She was actually clogged.
I think he was doing it for ulterior motives. He's probably like, oh yeah, let's do
Is
it.
that why they're calling him husband of the year, or did he
Yes.
already win this award? Now he's just doing a service.
He's just continuing to do the service.
No, I think that's probably what got him the nom. The
Okay.
husband of the year nomination.
I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure there was another way to go about that instead of just
Yeah,
sucking
seeing a
super-
doctor or something. But she
Also, I want to say he did that because he wanted to get something out of it, and that's the falling behind me.
I'll bet you probably came out
Oh.
some Cadbury mayonnaise.
It's supposed to do that. Video watchers, it's supposed to do that. That means it's 45 minutes.
wow. And, okay,
That is the best headline I've ever read.
it's really good, right?
God.
Until you hear
Rufus,
this
what
one.
happened?
Australian wheelchair tennis event moved after court built on a slope. I guess it's
Why would they build any court on a slope?
It was level, and then there was like some sinkage. But it's like a 40 from one end of the tennis court to the other. It was 43 centimeters, which
That's
to the lay
pretty-
person is like a couple feet, I think. To the lay person, I mean us Americans. Yeah,
I mean, just like what an unfortunate group to have that happen to. People who can't walk, they're just rolling. They'd have to just hold it so that they can't.
yeah, it gives somebody a distinct advantage, I would think.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm not sure
But
which.
you'd both be rolling a direction you don't want to roll in.
Yeah,
If
that's
you're the
true.
top or bottom,
Yeah,
that's not
No,
ideal.
because if you
you
want,
can get back to defend so well, though.
and you can get
Yeah.
back to attack. Or I mean, front to attack. Like if the ball's coming short on the other side of the
If you're
net,
at the top,
you just,
yeah.
you just let it go and just.
As long as they're switching sides, I don't see a problem.
I say let them play.
Let 'em
That sounds
play.
like an
Let
extreme
the
sport
boys
to me.
play or girls, whichever.
Whatever one's disabled, let them play.
World Heavy Metal Knitting Championship to launch in Finland.
Let this be the last article.
I don't have. How do you process something like that?
Yeah, that's leaving out so many details.
Oh yeah, it is.
Heavy metal knitting championship.
I have just one more.
Okay.
We're running really long on that.
I know, but there's so much good news these weeks.
Okay.
Naked Florida man.
Yep.
That's it. Naked Florida man
Bites pizza.
breaks into Little League concession stand, causes $5,000 in damage, stealing $250 in cash and a package of hot dogs.
That's
You
what he
gotta
was
feed
there
yourself.
for. The cash was a bonus.
Yeah.
He couldn't go buy. I guess if they're sitting right there, you
why
already
would you?
you already did. What is 5,000? Did he like destroy the fryer?
Yeah, why don't you just take the fryer and do 200, destroy the candy? He reversed the
Yeah,
values.
cash though, not candy.
$250.
Oh, it's just stole
cash.
straight up cat. I think I like
Stole-
stole stuff.
$250
$250
candy.
In cash, the only product he stole. He didn't take
Hot
the big
dogs.
league chew.
Yeah.
Or the seeds.
He wasn't there for that.
Lifetime
He was there for
supply.
the hot dogs.
Why was he naked? Just
Because he's in Florida and it's hot there.
Yeah, he's trying to cool off.
Yeah.
Cool off with some hot dogs.
Cooling off with some hot dogs. All right, we're gonna go straight into cool story, bro.
Cool story corner,
Cool
bro.
story corner, bro. You like that? Yeah, you into that story corner,
Yeah.
bro?
If you don't, we got a bully here. His name's Dan.
Yeah.
Bullied kids for years.
Years.
God, he
We
looks
call him
like,
Danny the Bully. Ow!
He just threw a tiki.
You look like the bad guy from an '80s skiing movie.
with my goons.
Yeah.
They're just here skiing with you.
yeah.
If you don't like it,
So we got
be ready.
3. I count them 3. You don't have a story this week, do you, Mike?
Oh, he's always got a story.
Okay. So we got 3
Just
stories.
ask him about going to the bathroom. He's got a story for you.
Yeah, Mike just peed. That's his story.
I'll go first. Mine's pretty quick and funny.
Okay.
Ours are not
Don't-
quick
don't
and are
build
not
it up
funny.
too much.
Ours
No, I
are not quick and are not funny.
To go back to the camping note, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this at some point before, but I must have been my junior year of high school. Me and 2 of my buddies, Nick and Horatio, and Nick's girlfriend at the time, Nicole, the 4 of us went camping up on Mount Diablo. I think we went up Friday night with a plan to come back Sunday morning, so stay 2 nights. The 3 of us were going to go, and then she was a last-minute addition. But her parents did not know she was coming, because why would you let your daughter go camping with 3 dudes as a parent that you don't know?
Gangbang on the
On top
mountain.
of that's what they're probably thinking. So they're like, no, you can't go. And she came anyway. And
Yeah,
she
she
drove,
Yes, she did.
which in hindsight was not smart on our part.
No.
So Friday evening, we're like, so mine and Horatio's job is to go get the food. Nick and Nicole were going to get like the tent and all the gear. So we split up. And me and Horatio went to Lucky and we got, like burgers, hot dogs, camping food. And we were there for like half an hour. 25 of those 30 minutes were spent arguing over what chips to get. And Horatio wanted the salsa verde Doritos.
Pretty good.
And I was not a fan. And I just fought with him because it was fun. I didn't give a shit. I already had my chips. But we fought for like 25 minutes over which.
What chips did you get?
I think just the Cool Ranch.
Also Doritos? You don't want to mix it up with some like BBQs or?
No,
We
dude,
might have.
Doritos Sunday.
Yeah.
There was no limit. I don't. We fought over just for the sake of arguing. But anyway, I fought him for like 25 minutes to get these chips. He finally got them, and he was like so happy. And then we get up there, and we're
Now that the bully wasn't preventing him from getting his chips.
and so we're up there and doing camping stuff, like little
Eating chips.
eating chips.
Camping stuff.
And I think we're cooking burgers, and
Eating chips.
it finally gets dark, and then Nicole's parents call like, "Hey, you said you were staying at your friend's house who happened to live down the street from her. Like, we just called her parents and you're not there. What's up?" And like they went back and forth, and then they thought she ended up confessing that like, "Oh, I'm camping like you said not to."
Oh.
And so it's like 10, 11 o'clock, and she ends up having to go home. Like she's in a lot of trouble. And again, she drove, so she takes her car that was all right to the very top of Mount Diablo, drives all the way home, and we don't have reception up there, so we're out there with no way home.
Was she saying?
Why didn't you go?
guys?
No, yeah, she's like, I have to go. Like,
Why
I'm
didn't
in-
you guys just go with
Yeah.
her?
We're like, we there was the night we got there, we were like super juiced for camping. It's like, fuck it, we'll figure it out. We have 2 days to figure something out.
Smart.
Rad.
Famous last
Or
words.
like she'll come pick us up later, on Sunday, whatever. Anyway, so we're up there, and then so it like threw a damper on the night, and so that was during cooking, and then right after that the food is ready, and so we're just kind of sitting there like, fuck, like how are we gonna get home? Trying to like contemplate what the rest of this weekend is gonna be like, and we're sitting on the fire.
Sitting on it.
And most of the food is ready, like on like we have like the chips and everything like on the. We're just literally waiting for the burgers, and we're sitting there, and I think we're like we're playing guitar or something, talking about whatever, and we look and we hear like rustling. You hear rustling in the bushes, and we look a few times and it's nothing, and then we hear it again really loud, and we look, and maybe 10 feet away from the fire is the picnic table, and there's a shitload of food and that's open, and there's a raccoon on the picnic table staring at us, and in his hands holding like a human is holding Horatio's salsa verde chips that are on. They're not even. That's the only thing that was not open. My chips were open. Whatever else we have was open, and he's just staring at us. And for some reason, we had a fake like Thor sword. I think it was just in the trunk of a car, and we thought it'd be funny to have camping. And we look, and it's just staring like it doesn't want to make the first move either. And Nick just like unsheathes the sword slowly. And it runs away into the bushes with these chips still in his hand. With, like the chips, the only bright spot left in Horatio's camping trip were those chips, and a raccoon runs out of the bushes.
You know, though, I would argue that Horatio picked the right chips. If Mother Nature says they're the right chips, they're probably the right chips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the bag was closed, and a raccoon still. No,
You wanted
these are
the
right ones.
freshest chips.
Yeah.
That's no rookie raccoon. Rookie raccoon. Trademark pending.
Yeah, we gave him shit for that for every time we ate chips or any kind of barbecue or anything. We gave him shit for
So
that.
how'd you get down from the mountain? I think I remember getting a phone call.
Can you come pick
Did
us
Sean
up?
pick you up?
Yeah, Sean Doug, like Sunday at like 5:30 in the morning, because he was on his way to Blackhawk to like visit his grandma or Danville or something, and he drove like 4,000 feet in the air to the top of the mountain, came and picked us up on a Sunday morning.
In his flying car.
Yeah.
Drove 4,000 feet.
In the air.
Time to go.
It just
The omnidirectional car.
Yeah, it doesn't go forward. It just
it lifts up.
up. Can't go at
The
angles.
tires fold under the car.
yeah.
Nice. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Benny, you want to go?
Do you have one?
Yeah, I do.
I'm afraid to get incarcerated, so I'll debate that.
Okay, while I'm telling my story.
Yeah.
All right, well, I gave this to you guys as an option last week, but you chose Garrett Poops His Pants instead.
Oh man.
So I'm
I'd be
just
down
gonna,
for that again.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
a
going
good
to tell the story about how I
So Kevin.
This is the tale of the 3 concussions of Garrett Jackman that I can remember. Okay, how about the 3 concussions of Garrett Jackman in middle school? It was a rough couple of years.
Never got one.
I've had at least 3.
I've had 3 in middle school.
Concussion 1, 6th grade. I'm playing CYO basketball. Another basketball related story. Basketball and I don't get along.
Oh, it's Rufus.
Are you good?
Rufus is sitting there.
Oh,
making noise.
yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna put him inside. Sorry, guys.
I don't hear it
Yeah,
at
what
all
are
on
you-
the mics.
No, he was crying. I heard it too.
I hear.
Oh, well. Should I wait?
Well, just let him back in here. He was fine in here. I don't know why. Oh, he got out with it. You didn't close it, did you?
No, he didn't. We're gonna cut this all out. Oh, shut up.
No, now he's just
You
mad at us.
assholes.
Now he's just mad at us. Let's keep rolling. Fuck it. Go on. I know. I know, Dinky.
Okay, so
The 3 concussions.
the 3 concussions
Of Dinky Doo.
of Garrett Jackman. So I was playing CYO basketball, even though I'm not Catholic. It was just for whatever reason, the only minor or kids basketball group league. League is what it's called. That's called a league. Was
CY, what was it?
Catholic Youth Organization,
Oh, CYO.
CYO. And Saint Agnes, we were the Fighting Irish. Pretty cool.
Nice.
They were my team. There were 3 like divisions. I was on the lowest one. There was like A, A2, and B, and I was on B. And because I was not good. So anyway, we were playing, I don't remember what team because I fucking got a concussion. This kid, he was just massive. Well, we were in 6th grade, but this dude had to be like 6 feet tall. And I swear to God, instead of 2 front teeth, he just had 1 big ass tooth. Like I think more than
Hey!
I think more than anything, that's just how I remember this man, just kind of an ogre of a dude. He had super hairy pits in 6th grade, you know.
Offend him.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I have no idea.
Nevin.
Nevin?
Yeah. You're probably gonna have to bleep that out because of context clues. Oh, there it goes.
Where'd the beach go? The beach / moon.
So, I go up for a rebound. I don't really even remember the context. I was gonna try and weave a tale, but like I really don't even remember the context of this. I go up for a rebound, and this kid just like as I'm at the apex of my jump, he just grabs my throat and throws me down, and the back of my head was the first thing to make contact with the ground.
That's clean.
And that's
I didn't see nothing.
That's one of those things that you just go over the breath like, what?
I don't remember much
Then
after
Garrett
that.
gets teed up.
I don't remember much. Diving. I got a diving five in
You got a red
five in the
card.
basketball penalty box for embellishment.
A soccer ref came out and gave you a red card.
Yeah, I got a red card. He came from the other CYO soccer game across the way. I don't know if somebody got to shoot fouls for me. I don't know if they even called the guy on it. But all I know is I woke up on the sideline.
This
And
basketball
then
It's just a
sideline.
dark gym. Like your parents are gone.
There's nobody there.
Anybody know where Garrett went?
They just shoved him into a corner.
The janitor's just poking you with a mop.
Hey,
Hey, kid, you got to get out of here.
you gotta go home, but you don't gotta stay here.
Yeah, so I just woke up on the sidelines, and that's really all I remember about that. It was really painful. I don't think I went to the hospital.
Gamer.
But I blacked out. I don't remember anything else. Just that
Sniffing salts.
fucking.
Was that the first one?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's long.
Just that fucking. that ugly.
all three?
That is
That
what she
ugly
said.
mug. Staring at me. Concussion number 2. 7th grade.
It's the third quarter.
I went back in the game. No, so there was my friend. I say that with implied air quotes. Friend. He was a jerk. His name was Chris. He was a big jerk, and like
What's his last name?
I know it. I'm not gonna say it though.
Just say it so I
I
can
learned
bleep
my
it.
lesson. Howard, Chris Howard. Okay, are you happy? Howard. Have fun bleeping all that out. Howard. So he, like, you guys watch Bob's Burgers. Jimmy Jr.'s best friend Zeke, I think is his name on Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
He's a
Sup,
lot.
Jeju?
Yeah, he's a lot like Zeke, where they're like, "Why are you getting so much trouble, Zeke?" And he's like, "My family moves around a lot." I always picture Chris as being that guy. Like, I just think he may have had not the greatest home life, and it showed. He was a big jerk. He would always bully people, and by people I mean me. But he was like part of our friend group, but like he was no kind of friend. So one day we're like the bell rings.
Sorry.
You're no kind of friend.
He ain't no kind of friend. So one day the bell rings to go in from brunch or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. Break. It was not lunch, but like one of the shorter breaks between.
Brunch break?
That's what we called it at Concord High.
So we called it too.
Conquer to the high.
Concord High.
The
No,
concussion
we didn't call
setting
it
in.
brunch.
Yes, we did.
Did we?
Yes,
Yes.
between breakfast and lunch. You have breakfast before,
Clayton.
then brunch.
It was
It was
first
brunch
period.
in middle school too.
Then-
It was
First
always-
period
it was
brunch,
al-
third
always
period
Second
lunch.
breakfast, 11sies.
I guess
potatoes.
I got one of
Second
Garrett's
supper.
concussions.
So we're walking in, and this man takes a stack of middle school textbooks and just hits me on top of the head with them. Just wham overhead, and I just woke up on the blacktop. No yard duties, no nothing.
The same janitors poking you with a mop.
You can't keep doing this, kid.
Dude, you gotta go.
Yeah, so he just fucking walloped on me with a stack of textbooks. I went home that day. I learned my lesson after the first one.
You gotta stop waking up like this.
I gotta stop.
Naked on the sideline.
Yeah, but there were no yard duties, no repercussions. I didn't tell on him because like I was
This was high
You
school?
ain't no snitch.
middle school,
Middle school.
7th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't tell on him because he's like part of our friend group, and I was like, oh, that's how he expresses his friendship.
Dropped his books.
Now if I'd be like, God damn it, where's the police? You know,
If Mike hit you over the back of the
if
head with
if
some
Mike hit me with some textbooks, I'd say, ow, I'm calling the cops. Because that's the type of man I am today.
Learned your lesson.
I learned my lesson.
I learned my lesson. I'm going to stand up for myself with other people.
Concussion number 3.
Is this 8th grade?
It's like
This is last week.
It is the 8th grade. It is the 8th grade.
6, 7, 8? Concussion per year.
I think it might have been freshman year. I'm not sure. It's
These
hard
year, but pictures just get uglier and uglier as they go on.
until I finally look like Sloth from the Goonies.
Just looking the wrong way.
So we go to Tahoe on that green screen is falling more.
It's okay. It's part of the show.
We
now.
we go to that's our timer. We go to Tahoe on a big group trip, and like this is part of the reason why callback I gripe extreme sports. So we're in Tahoe. I was having a nice cocoa in the lodge, but no snowboard, Garrett. You know, I don't even try it. So I hit the bunny hill. I knew I was not apt. I knew that my ineptitude would catch up with me, but I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be cool, and like I'm in Tahoe, I might as well try it. What could go wrong, right? A lot.
That's their town motto.
Is that what could go wrong, right?
Tahoe, what could go
wrong? What could go wrong? So I'm on the bunny slope hill for some time, and I'm not really getting it, but for whatever reason, I let my friend convince me, like, oh, why don't you just try the first hill? It's a double black diamond. Just kidding, it's not. It's whatever the like single half a green circle. I don't know what is. Whatever the easiest hill is.
Whatever they rate it as.
Yeah.
Bunny extreme.
Big bunny hill.
Baby bunny.
Yeah.
The pink baby bunny hill.
But like it was one you had to take a ski lift up.
It's
So
just flat snow.
so it wasn't like like the bunny hill. You like go down. It's like a little tiny slope, and then you walk back to the top. But this one I had to take a little ski lift up to the top. So it was like an actual.
That's the best part of snowboarding.
Is the ski lift?
Is not having to snowboard. So you can like, you look like you know what you're doing. Like
Yeah, exactly. Because once you
wait
get on the
until I get to the
slope,
top.
And then you get up there and you're like,
oh my god. So I started going down this hill, and I just like I'm trying to do like the whole left right thing, you know, kind of a slalom-y style, just so I can manage my speed. And it had snowed the night before, but it was this point it was probably like 11 or 12 in the morning / afternoon.
11s, 12s.
So people had been going down the slope for a decent portion of the day, and I was in powder and the board will sink a little bit, and then I hit some ice where it'll like kind of on top of the ice. So it went powder to ice, and I lost control, back to powder, and the front lip of my board just caught in the powder, and it was like you ever hold a ruler at one end and pick up the other end and then let it go, and it whap. That was my head on presumably soft snow. I feel lied to. Snow's not that soft. And I just kind of like zombie crawled my way to the side and so that I didn't get fucking ran over by skiers and snowboarders. And I just
and
fucking Chris was there with a stack of
who
textbooks.
just skis over your concussed body.
My concussed corpse.
And then the
Hits you
janitor's
over the
poking you with a mop.
And then you're like getting up, and then somebody just comes by and hits you in the back of the head.
They gotta go home.
Then you wake up in the gym.
It was all a dream.
And it all starts over. So I was there for, I don't know, must have been like 20 minutes or so, just laying on my back, head.
People riding by, and you're like, help, and then just keep going.
Yeah, they just kept going. And then
Anybody see that kid?
then my friend's dad kind of like, he came like, whoosh, and like,
Sprayed you with
snow dusted me. No,
What's up, Junior?
he came over and was like, little pussy, and then no, he didn't do that.
Friends with the wrong guys.
No, he came over and he's like, hey, you okay? You know, blah blah blah. Why aren't you wearing your helmet, you idiot? I just kidding. I was wearing a helmet. Didn't help.
Hey, kids, don't wear helmets. They don't do anything.
Yeah, they don't matter. If you hit the snow hard enough, you're going down.
So you might as well just die.
So he helped me
Welcome
up.
to Tahoe. That's their new motto.
He helped me up. I don't remember how I got back down the mountain. I may have sat on my board like a loser's toboggan.
Well, the whole mountain watched.
Yeah, while the whole mountain watched me just kind of inch my way down
Left
the
to right.
course. Yeah.
Crying.
And that's the third concussion. I went back, drank some cocoa after that again. I had more cocoa. I feel like I had earned it at that point.
Concussions of.
And those are my 3 concussiones, as they say.
Could I tell a little concussion quickie, if you will?
If
It
you
better be fast.
I will.
A conk wiki.
I used to hang out with the barefoot hillbilly neighbor kids.
We all did.
Yeah, and one of which is still one of my very best friends to this day. And
I wonder what his
I
name
wonder
is.
which barefoot hillbilly I'm talking about.
Say it out loud so I can bleep it.
Now he's a buff. Now he's a buff, shoed hillbilly.
Yeah. And we were hanging out in his front yard one fine August morning, and he
Thank
had
God it wasn't
taken
spring.
a freshly laundered sheet, and what we were doing is we were holding the sheet like a sling and pulling it tight and using it to kind of like propel his little brother and sister across their front lawn. And it was,
Were they sliding on the grass?
yeah.
Were they standing?
They
Was
were
it
standing. They were standing. It was so we
in
were,
the air.
They were standing, and it would kind of make you like.
Like they held one end and then you would just go like that.
No. So I held one and Aaron held the other.
Like a
and the
slingshot?
kid, yeah, and the child was the proverbial stone that would.
Be cast.
Were you launching them vertically or horizontally?
Like just a little bit.
or at an angle?
Was it
They
going
were
this
just,
way or
they
this
were,
way?
they were we were just standing.
Did they run?
Is it
Were
horizontal?
It was like it was like
Okay.
running. You guys are looking way too much into this.
I'm
you're
just trying
not
to figure
describing
out
it
the
well.
logistics.
But go on.
Yeah, we were just kind of launching them across the front lawn a little bit. Because what else are you going to do when you're 12? And I was like, oh my gosh, this looks like so much fun. Let me try. So we had a
Welcome to Tahoe.
I thought you said this was gonna be fast.
Going very fast.
Aaron is my friend, and his
Oh no.
slightly younger brother,
Cat's out of the bag. Raccoon's out of the Dorito bag.
slightly younger brother Sam, who is I
Oh,
believe
son of a-
your age.
You, the listener, your age.
Yeah, your age.
Whatever
Look at the camera.
age you are, that's
Look at
how.
the camera when you say that.
Your age.
Yeah.
Ben's age.
I'm not a listener.
Agreed to try and propel me. And so I was standing there. They were on either side of me, and I was pushing back into the sheet, and they just had a brotherly psychic moment. I don't have that, but I feel like you have had that before with your brothers.
He was a bully. Go on.
You, the
Yeah.
listener,
And
Daniel. Daniel has
Daniel.
2 brothers.
Daniel has 2 brothers, and they
He's eating mac and cheese right now.
they looked at each other, nodded. At the last second, dropped the sheet to my ankles and pulled it as hard as they could.
Oh.
And I went from standing to a full, what's this, 45 degrees?
90.
90 degrees.
What is degrees?
What's degrees? I did a full 90 degrees, about 4.5 feet in the air.
Planked
and
in the air.
Fell just directly flat on my back. Pretty sure cracked my head on a rock. And I woke up probably
In the gym.
I woke up in the
With a
gym.
janitor poking you with a
You
mop.
gotta go home.
I woke up like 3 minutes later. They just kind of rolled me off to the side of the yard and then
Like a
just
janitor.
kept
Poked you with a stick. Do stuff.
kept
He
playing.
doesn't even. He's
the
not even a real
game.
janitor. He just pokes kids with concussions.
Ah,
Mike's like,
He's like the Grim Reaper.
what do we do with them? Just move them.
The principal's like, "We got another one. Come poke him."
and then I went home and they were like, "Why you want to go home, bro?" That's the end of my story.
Wow, you have too many terrible stories about them.
Aren't friends the greatest? All right, Benny, last story.
Yeah, I mean we're running a little long here, so
Does the janitor poke you in this story?
no. The janitor was probably upset by it.
I don't want to hear it.
You can save your story for next time.
I just wish you didn't take so long with yours, and then you insert yours when I was gonna go. But I'll go because fuck you
Fine
guys
shit,
now.
cut mine out.
So this one is a tale of incarceration. I'm probably gonna be in handcuffs after this is done recording. Not even airs.
Good.
They're probably listening right now.
Yeah.
There's a van right outside with.
Yeah.
Throw him in the paddy wagon.
That's all we need. And they take me, and then I'm gonna wake up in the gym. No, this does relate to a gym, and it does relate to a school, and it does relate to friends. And here we go. Okay, so somehow me and my friends, I think they decided. I was just tagging along, but they decided it was a great idea because we love to do parkour.
How old were you? When was this?
I was 14.
And they were, what, 17?
Yeah. They thought it was a great idea because to do parkour, sometimes when you're practicing stuff, you need a soft thing to land on. Otherwise, you're going to fuck yourself up. So we're like, oh, like mats, for like gym and stuff like that. How do we get those? Well, those are going to be expensive, but we know this school has them, the school we may have attended. May or may not have attended. We knew they had them. So we're like, well, why don't we just go in tonight because they're having a big, it was like some sort of I don't want to say ceremony, but they were everybody that was going to be at the school at night was gathered in the cafeteria. So we knew all this, just anybody who could spot us near the gym was going to be over there. So it was the perfect time to strike. There wouldn't be any suspicions. Why would anybody do that while people were still at
Regular Ocean's 3.
One of the funny parts is we should wear masks. But one of the things we grabbed was a nylon, the gooniest thing you could imagine, a joke mask.
Did you have a revolver in a paper bag as well?
No, we should have.
I'm pretty sure Rufus just knocked the rest of it down.
He did not appreciate it being there. So one of them had the mask on. He looked so stupid. We decided not to go with the mask because it was just a nylon pant leg. Imagine the worst robber. They're wearing that right now. But so we got to the school at night, and we all got up on top of the hallway. The hallways had like awnings all over the whole thing. This guy, he knows what I'm talking about. Say the name of the school? No. So we got up there, and we decided, we had some rope with us. We had decided that we were going to open one of the windows at the top of this 3-story gym and pull the blinds aside, the metal blinds, and then throw the rope in and then rappel somebody down to go get them, because you could open, the gym doors were locked from the outside, but the gym doors were locked from the outside, but they were open from the inside, so if you got in, you can open them up because you were in the inside.
Columbine locks.
Yeah, Columbine locks. In fact, this took place in 1999. No, so we did that. We got up there, opened the window to the top of the gym, spread the blinds, and then threw the rope in, and then one of our friends was going to rappel in. So as he starts going in, the blinds were spread the blinds were lateral. So when you spread them, they still had a point here and a point there. They turned into a diamond. Uh-huh. And so as he was rappelling in, the metal blinds started to cut the rope from the pressure, and he fell 2 stories, landing on his ass, and we're like, oh, because I was standing there. I was standing there, and he was holding the rope and just he pulls back, and we're like, what the fuck happened? What happened? Hey, are you okay? And we just didn't hear anything. Hey, what is it? I'm like, what's going on? And he fell. I'm like, is he dead? And he's like, hey. And he's like, I'm good. And then he grabbed the mat and then snuck it out the door. We all jumped down, picked up the mats, and put them in the back of the truck.
Where was the janitor? He poked you. Or him.
No,
he's actually mopping the gym at this point.
No. So when he fell and hit the ground, he was unconscious, and the janitor poked him. Hey, you gotta steal this stuff, man.
You gotta move on, kid.
So we got it all in the back of the pickup truck, but it was too big to sit in the bed. So I sat on the back of the pickup truck bed, holding it in, just to make sure it didn't go anywhere. Nice. So we drove down Clayton Road.
That'll look good going home.
Oh, God.
Busiest road in the entire city.
We took Clayton Road.
Oh, God.
I mean, you wouldn't automatically assume that was stolen. You would just think,
no, you just assume there's a minor in a truck bed.
Yeah, I assume you can't be riding there.
Off.
Clearly nothing happened.
Yeah,
and we brought it home, and then we used it in the local park for a while, and then I think it ended up at one of our friends' houses. I don't know why his parents...
Which local park? Because they're all pretty close to that same high school.
No, the one that was in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
It was in the suburb. But yeah, it ended up at one of our friends' houses, and I don't know why his parents... Maybe they did, but I don't know why they didn't ask questions. Where the hell did you get these at?
That's perfectly normal.
Your mom was pretty keen to the video game you stole, but not so much to these mats that appeared.
They didn't end up in my house.
Yeah, no, Ben's mom never saw the mats.
She would have known I stole them.
She would have.
Bring it back to whatever that kid's name was.
I'm ready.
Take me in.
Yeah.
Good story. Cool story corner, bro. All right, that's our time and a little extra. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with We'll be
back in a couple of weeks.
Another Epicast.
We'll be back in a couple of weeks, never. So.
All right. Stay fortuitous. Bye.
What's that? What is that?
Fuck.
Oh, shit. What is that?
Damn it.
Dude,
Oh no.
God. What did I just say, dude?